Greetings all. I recently posted an ambient guitar meditation video that features Frippertronics. You know, that tape loop technique that I use so often here on this channel? Well, in that particular video, instead of tape, which I very rarely use, I centered the Frippertronics effect around the TC Electronic Flashback triple delay. And on today's video, what I'd like to do is just break down my effects chain so that you can see how I got the sound for that video. So let's get to work. First, let's just talk guitar. So for that performance video, I'm using my PRS SE277 baritone guitar. And as you can see, it's the semi-hollow edition. By the way, I got asked recently if I still have the solid body. Absolutely yes. Love that thing too. These are great guitars. Anyhow, here is the basic dry tone of the guitar. All right, pretty boring, pretty straightforward. It's my usual Fender amp model that I use on my Avid 11 rack. Okay, and guitar's tuned to baritone standard, so that's B, E, A, D, F sharp, and B. And first effect up is the Wampler Ego compressor. I almost always have a compressor on with my effects patches, and here's what my sound sounds like with the compressor engaged. Okay, let me turn it off. Okay, so quite a bit more sustain. It rounds out the tone a little bit, and it's all goodness. Now, on the Wampler, I should mention that the knobs on the Wampler are all just about right in the middle, almost at 12 o'clock. Okay, so pretty easy setup. That's kind of where I normally have it. And let's move on to the next effect in the chain, and that is my J-Rocket Allen Holdsworth signature Overdrive. And I use this one a lot. Let me go ahead and turn this on, and then I'll talk about the settings. All right, so this particular overdrive is a combination of an overdrive and a boost. And as you can see on the close-up shot of this pedal, there are several different settings. There's gain, there's overall volume, there's bass and treble for the tone controls. So bass and treble are kind of somewhere in the middle, and there are some switches for the boost and the distortion for the voicing. And I've got them both set to emphasize the lows and the mids to kind of mellow out the distortion tone. And also in the performance video, I rolled off the tone control of the PRS. So again, here's what it sounds like with the guitar tone control rolled off. So kind of a thick, mellow distortion tone. All right, so let's move ahead then to the TC Electronic Flashback triple delay. And obviously there is a volume pedal in the middle of the effects chain there. The triple delay, as you probably know, has 3 different delay units that can be set up individually and then be all engaged to work together. So I'm going to walk through each one of the delays quickly so you can get a feel for what each one sounds like, and then we'll put it all together. Okay, delay 1 is a ping pong delay, so let me go ahead and play that. Okay, and it's a pretty standard sounding kind of delay. So the BPM is probably what, about 75, 80, maybe closer to 90. I'll have to get a metronome. I need to work with a metronome more. Okay, and a fair amount of repeats. And as you can hear, the blend is set so that the delay kind of rides under the dry tone. All right, so that's delay 1. Delay 2 is a reverse delay. I've been using that a lot lately. Okay, so I'm using the reverse delay type. There's the feedback or the repeats are turned all the way down. And the delay time itself is pretty short. So it's almost like a reverse slapback delay. It's probably, what, 100 milliseconds? Yeah, 150 maybe. Okay, so that's delay number 2. Delay number 3 is the TC Electronic tape delay. And I've got the delay time set all the way up to the max, so that's 7 seconds. I've got the repeats set up to about 65 or 70%. And the mix is just about in the middle between wet and dry. So here's what this setting sounds like. Okay. That's going to go for a little bit, so I'm going to turn that off. So really long delay time. Also, I have the subdivision set, let me look here real quick, to quarter plus dotted eighth. So that's why, and on the Flashback triple delay, if you're running in stereo, it causes a ping pong effect. So that's why you're hearing the delay on both channels if you've got earbuds or stereo speakers. Okay, and then you'll hear that the first delay come in, and then a dotted eighth later, the second delay repeats. Okay, so those are the 3 delays. Had to look there. I've got them strung together with the parallel setting. So what that means is they're all running in parallel mode through the delay unit. In other words, number 1 does not feed into 2, which does not feed into 3. They kind of all run parallel together. So let's go ahead and listen to all 3 of them together with just a clean tone. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So the delay number 1 and number 2 kind of provide that initial delay tone, and then delay 3, because it's so long, kind of comes in more with the Frippertronics effect. And it is the tape type, so it degrades over time. You can hear that the highs are rolling off. It's getting a little more gritty sounding. So that's pretty cool. All right, last in the signal chain is the Neunaber Immerse. And I've got that set to the wet reverb type. So let me just play it here a little bit. Okay, and as you can hear, the decay time is fairly long, but it is lower in the mix. All right, so those are all of the effects. Let me go ahead and turn everything on here, and you will hear the chain in all of its glory. All right, I like that a lot. It worked out really well, I think, for the performance video, and it just has a really, to me, it has a really organic kind of feel to it, especially with that tape type delay on delay 3 on the triple delay. And it works. I found that it works really well if you combine clean tones and then switch over to distorted tones. And let me show you what I mean here by that. like it. All right, there you have it. That's the effects patch. Not really too complex, right? Except the flashback triple delay. Now, you might be thinking, Bill, I don't have a flashback triple delay. Well, if you have 3 delays, some of us have 3 delays. If you have 3 delays, you could replicate this fairly simple. Well, kind of, sort of. So what I would suggest is maybe not using 3 delays, but use 2 delays. Make sure one can do a very long delay, 4 or 5 or more seconds, and set that up. And then in front of that, add your second delay that is set to a shorter delay time, and you'll get somewhere in the vicinity. You may not have the reverse delay option like I've got in this setup, but nevertheless, combining multiple delays to create Frippertronics effects is pretty cool. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I've got ambient guitar related content coming every week. Also, if you're interested in the flashback triple delay, I've got an Amazon affiliate link in the video description. And don't forget to check out Chords of Orion Music. As always, I'll see all of you on the next video.